Hi, I would like to share a message with you. God has been talking to me about this message for quite a long time, so I would like to share it with you in a very understandable way, and I don't want you to feel that it's a judgment, it's a condemnation. It's just the opportunity you have in God's grace. And God gave me this message because I needed it the most, and I needed it so terribly. I couldn't live without it, so that's the reason God gave me. And the other reason is that He wanted me to share it with others, so that's what I'm gonna do now. I would like to read some scriptures. It's Jeremiah 2:11. Has a nation ever changed its gods? But my people have exchanged their glory for worthless idols. In the Hungarian it says for worthlessness, which is funny that we exchange His glory, His presence, for something which is so not worthy of our love and our affection. And I feel that God is calling His people back to Him. He says that, my people, you have gone so far, far away from the first love, far away from my presence. I paid the full price for you to be with me all the time, for you to live in my presence. And you decided to keep distance. I had a vision a few months ago about people standing far away from the Holy of Holies. And they are standing outside of the outer court. And they don't dare to enter in. They don't want to enter in. They don't believe they can enter in. And the Holy of Holies was almost empty. A few people who understand what God has done for them were rejoicing in the outer court, but the Holy of Holies was almost empty. And I just felt the sadness, felt the, not sadness, but the pain of God's heart about this, that I've paid the full price for you to be with me, and you decide to keep distance. Guys, we are called to live in God's presence all the time, 24 hours a day. The price was paid for us to live in the Holy of Holies, to behold His beauty, to see Him face to face. And we give this thing up for such a worthless thing, such as career or good church programs or services. We exchange His glory all the time for worthless stuff. Jeremiah 2:13 says, my people have committed two sins. They have forsaken me the spring of living water, and they have dug their own cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold water. The Lord said that my people are crying to me for more water, but they don't want to come to me, to the source of living water. They want me to fill their cisterns. They have their own broken cisterns, and they are surprised that they are thirsty. They are surprised that they are dying of thirst. And they don't want to come to me. We are supposed to live in the presence of God. We are supposed to live at the spring of living water. And it's a call that people wake up. Don't exchange God's glory for other stuff. As a church, we exchange God's glory. I personally exchange God's glory for good education, great exam results, good worship service. God is about to walk with us. As in the Garden of Eden, we are restored to this position when we don't have anything else to do, just walk with God and rejoice in Him. But we choose to thirst and drink the muddy water of our own broken cisterns. I just feel the call of God. My people, you can live with me. And I want to live with you. You say that you live in me, but it's not true. Living with me means you are constantly aware of my presence. You live there. You never get disconnected of my presence. I call you in a love affair with me, in a romance with me. My affection won't stop. Please don't turn away from me. Don't stay by your cisterns and die of thirst. Come to me. I have the spring of living water. These are the days I'm going to raise up a generation who know my love, that knows my love, who knows what it means to be in love with the King, who goes into the Holy of Holies, who can enter the presence of the King anytime she wants to, as Esther did. God says that I paid such a high price for you to be with me. Please don't turn away from me. Please don't leave my presence. Please don't stay outside of the altar court. Live with me. That's the time when God is about to raise up a generation who is so addicted to His love, that so captivated by His love that they don't want to have their own cisterns. We're so in love with Him that there's no way they would exchange this glory for anything else. The Lord says that I'm longing for my bride, but my bride doesn't want to come. She's dying of thirst, but resists me, resists the spring of living water. And my message is that come back to the first love. I'm about to live with you. I'm about to pour out my love on you. Every time you want me to fulfill your needs one by one, but I could fulfill them all immediately just by pouring out my love on you. I'm about to show how much I love you every time, every day. Please come back. Come back to my love.